In the Igbo kingdom, where the sun shone brightly and the land was green and full of life, lived Princess Amina. At 19, Amina was known not for her royal status, but for her unique appearance. Her dark skin, a deep shade of mahogany, her prominent nose, and her uneven teeth made her the subject of whispers and ridicule in the palace. Even though she wore beautiful, colorful clothes and coral beads, she often felt invisible. Every morning, Amina stood by her window, watching the busy palace grounds. She saw the palace staff who sometimes glanced at her and whispered among themselves. Their gossip made her think that her appearance was a curse. Amina's mother, Queen Neka, was graceful and wise. At 45, she was respected and wore clothes adorned with gold and precious stones. However, she carried a secret burden. She wanted to protect Amina from the harsh judgment of the world but knew her daughter had to find her own strength. One bright afternoon, the palace was busy with preparations for a big diplomatic meeting. The Yoruba kingdom's delegation was coming, led by the charming Prince Obinna. At 22, Obinna was noble and handsome, with smooth skin and an athletic build. He wore an embroidered agbada, showing his royal status. The meeting was to discuss peace between the two kingdoms, which had a history of conflict. Amina, curious about the visitors, went to the palace courtyard. She watched Prince Obinna dismount his horse with grace. Their eyes met briefly, and Amina quickly looked away, feeling embarrassed. She believed she wasn't beautiful enough to hold the prince's attention. The palace buzzed with negotiations all day. Though not directly involved, Amina knew how important the peace talks were. She had heard many stories of the tensions between the Igbo and Yoruba kingdoms. That evening, a grand feast was prepared for the Yoruba guests. The banquet hall was decorated with vibrant fabrics and cultural artifacts. Amina sat quietly at a corner table, feeling out of place. Prince Obinna noticed her. Throughout the evening, he observed her quiet dignity. When he had the chance, he approached her table, surprising everyone. "Princess Amina, is it?" he asked warmly. Amina looked up, surprised. "Yes, Your Highness," she replied softly, her heart pounding. "May I join you?" Obinna asked with a genuine smile. Amina nodded. As Obinna sat beside her, they talked. He asked about her interest, her thoughts on the diplomatic efforts, and her views on the future of their kingdoms. He seemed genuinely interested in her opinions, valuing her intelligence and kindness. As the night went on, Amina felt a glimmer of hope. For the first time, she began to see herself through someone else's eyes, and the reflection was more beautiful than she had ever imagined. This meeting was just the start of a journey that would uncover hidden truths and change the destiny of their kingdoms. The days after the feast were filled with hope. Princess Amina looked forward to her time with Prince Obinna. Their talks had created a bond that was stronger than their first meeting. Obinna's genuine interest in Amina's ideas made her feel truly seen. As they grew closer, Amina and Obinna found they both loved history and the ancient stories of their people. One afternoon, they found an old, dusty library in the palace. The room was filled with ancient scrolls and artifacts. "Look at this," Obinna said, excited, as he picked up a carved wooden box. It had symbols from both the Igbo and Yoruba cultures, suggesting a deeper connection between their kingdoms. Inside the box, they found an ancient map and a small, ornate key. The map showed the palace layout but included a hidden chamber they had never seen before. Determined to solve the mystery, they decided to follow the map. Late that night, they sneaked to the palace's oldest wing. The map led them to a narrow staircase that went deep underground. At the bottom, the key fit perfectly into a large, iron door. The door opened to reveal a hidden chamber full of relics and manuscripts. This spoke of a time when the Igbo and Yoruba people were united. Among the items was a faded portrait of a woman who looked a lot like Amina. "Who is she?" Amina asked, touching the woman's face in the portrait. Obina examined it closely. There's something familiar about her. We need to find out more. The next morning, Amina showed the portrait to her mother, Queen Neka. "Mother, who is this woman?" she asked. Queen Neka's face turned pale, and she looked around nervously. "Where did you find this?" she asked, her voice shaking. "In a hidden chamber beneath the palace," Amina replied. "There are documents there about a union between our people and the Yoruba." "What does it mean?" Queen Neka took a deep breath, tears in her eyes. "There are things you were never meant to know, Amina. Secrets that were buried for a reason." "But why?" Amina demanded. "Why keep this from me?" The queen's gaze softened. "Because the truth could cause more harm than good. Your father and I wanted to protect you and our kingdom." "Protect me from what?" Amina's voice was rising in frustration. "From the truth of your birth," Queen Neka whispered, tears streaming down her face. "You are not just a princess of the Igbo kingdom. Your father was a Yoruba prince. You are a symbol of a union meant to bring peace but brought conflict and betrayal instead." Amina stepped back, shocked. "So, everything I've known is a lie?" "No," the queen said, hugging her daughter. "Not a lie. Just a truth that was hidden to protect you." As Amina processed this news, she realized her connection with Prince Obina was no accident. They were part of a larger story, one that could change their kingdoms. Meanwhile, Obina was uncovering clues of his own. He found references to a betrayal by a high-ranking official, which had caused the discord between their peoples. As he shared his findings with Amina, they saw the full picture. The conflict had been caused by those seeking power through division. With this new knowledge, Amina and Obina knew they had to act. They had to reveal the truth to their people before tensions erupted into war. Their journey was just beginning, and the road ahead was dangerous and uncertain. But together, they vowed to uncover the secrets and create a new future for their kingdoms. The palace was tense as Amina and Obina prepared to reveal the truth. Their journey had brought them closer together, not just as allies but as kindred spirits. The stakes were high, the threat of war between the Igbo and Yoruba kingdoms, fueled by long-standing hatred and the schemes of those who thrived on conflict. Amina confronted Queen Neka in the royal chambers, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. "Mother, we cannot keep this secret any longer. The truth must be revealed." Queen Neka looked at her daughter with a mix of pride and sorrow. "I feared this day would come. But you are right, Amina. It is time." With Queen Neka's blessing, Amina and Obina called the council of elders from both kingdoms to the grand hall. The room buzzed with whispers and speculation. Chief Durojeye, a key figure in the Yoruba delegation, stood with small confidence, believing he had the upper hand in the coming conflict. Amina and Obina stepped forward, commanding attention. Amina's voice, though trembling at first, grew stronger. "Honored elders, esteemed guests, we stand before you today with a revelation that can change the fate of our kingdoms." Obina continued, "We have uncovered ancient documents and relics that reveal a hidden truth about our shared history. Our kingdoms were once united, bound by a sacred union symbolized by Princess Amina's birth." A collective gasp rippled through the room. Chief Dorojeye's eyes narrowed with suspicion. Amina held up the portrait they had found in the hidden chamber. "This woman is my grandmother, an Igbo queen who married a Yoruba prince. Their union was meant to bring peace and prosperity to both our peoples. But their legacy was marred by betrayal and deceit." The elders exchanged uneasy glances as Queen Neka stepped forward, her voice filled with emotion. "It is true. Amina's father was a Yoruba prince. We kept this secret to protect her and our kingdom from those who sought to exploit this knowledge for their own gain." Obina then revealed the ancient manuscripts detailing the betrayal orchestrated by a high-ranking official, none other than Chief Durojeye. These documents expose a plot to sow discord between our kingdoms, led by Chief Dorojoia. Dorojoia's face twisted with rage as he stepped forward, his voice booming. Lies. All lies. This is an attempt to undermine my authority and destroy our kingdom. But the evidence was undeniable. The elders examined the documents, their expressions shifting from disbelief to anger. The weight of the truth settled over the room like a heavy fog, impossible to ignore. The tension reached a boiling point as Chief Dorojoia, realizing his downfall was near, drew a hidden dagger and lunged at Amina. Obina quickly stepped in front of her, deflecting the attack. Guards rushed forward, restraining Dorojoia and dragging him away, his shouts of defiance echoing through the hall. With the threat gone, Amina and Obina addressed the assembly again. Our kingdoms have suffered enough from lies and deceit, Amina declared. It is time to embrace the truth and work together to build a future based on unity and understanding. The elders, moved by the bravery and integrity of the young couple, agreed. They pledged to honor the legacy of the past and seek a path of reconciliation and peace. A joint council was formed to rebuild relationships between the Igbo and Yoruba people, guided by justice and mutual respect. As the days turned into weeks, the wounds of the past began to heal. Amina and Obina's bond grew stronger, their love blossoming amid the newfound harmony between their kingdoms. They had not only uncovered the hidden truth but had also forged a new legacy of hope, courage, and unity. In the end, Princess Amina, once deemed the ugly princess, emerged as a beacon of true beauty. Her inner strength and resilience transformed the world around her. Her story became a legend, a testament to the power of truth and the unbreakable bonds of love and kinship that could transcend even the deepest divides.